Palantir, what is it doing? It's crashing to the ground. $7, $6, $5. Will it get to $1? Just like Amazon, Palantir is the biggest opportunity ever in the stock market in 2022. If you're looking at a long-term horizon, Palantir could go to the moon. You betcha. Here at Barry Chuck. Remember to subscribe and smash the like button so you and Palantir can skyrocket all the way to $100 or more. But what's happening at the moment with Palantir and why is it crashing? Let's check it out here at the video. Well, first off, what is Palantir? What's Palantir all about? Well, for most people, it's about the big data analysis that it provides through Gotham Foundry and Apollo. So far, their big network has been with the Defense Force in the US. They got big, and even in Europe, so they're big into the military. And I have a big story about that on my other video that you can click on right here if you want to check that out, which I go through the whole history of Palantir and where they've come from, and then the stock analysis. But this is going to be a new stock analysis looking at the current periods at the moment. But back to this video. So Alex Karp and Peter Thiel and a few others founded this company in 2003. It has been a money pit for a very long time, and we're getting close to 20 years in business here, and they're still losing money. But as you'll see later on, the trend of the net loss is going down. It was going down before COVID, but it went up skyrocketing for a little while when COVID happened, but now it's starting to decline again, and I expect within 2 years, if not 3, they will be profitable. And in the meantime, if the stock keeps dropping, time to buy. Not financial advice. Do your research before investing in any stock, crypto, real estate, or any investment out there. But back here to Palantir. Why is Palantir so low? Well, it's missed a bit of its earning call, and people are getting scared that their growth is not as big as what it once was, but it's still huge. 30% growth year on year. They are firing here, if not more. They're going to skyrocket this company. You wait till they get profitable. They're adding more and more businesses all the time, and when they really go to skyrocket into profitability, this stock will soar. They're totally forgotten about, but they are really a decent bargain, and I urge you to do some research and see if Palantir is right for you. So what does Palantir need to do to get big growth? Well, it's all about scale. It's all about getting more and more companies on board. So who needs this? Well, a lot of the big companies like Apple, Google will already have all this in their own backyard, but there'll be a few companies out there, smaller companies that are looking to grow, could use the services of a Palantir, which will use their systems to go through all their analysis and come up with solutions to any of their problems, whether this is in terms of retailers looking for where they need to provide opportunities for their market share, like where they need to, what products they need to be selling, all this sort of stuff, like this big data analysis. This is big time stuff where people can actually, if you can pinpoint your program or where you really want to target. So say for instance you want to get to say $1 million, let's just say $1 million revenue for instance, and you're at like 200,000, they can come up with all this data to see what you would need to do to get up to $1 million. Of course you can do this yourself, but big data companies can do it a lot quicker and a lot of efficiency, and you just pay the one-off fee, or it could be a yearly fee depending on what you want to do with Palantir. But one of the big queries with Palantir has been obviously the use of their high-tech people. You obviously got complex computer data analysis, but unfortunately it can go wrong, and sometimes they need experts to go in there, which costs them quite a bit of money to check out the issues if there is issues, and it's not a foolproof data analysis as yet. That's one thing that is holding back Palantir at the moment from really scaling to the moon. What should you do if you want to be a Palantir investor? Well, I'm here to tell you, you got to look at the finances. And first you got revenue. So if we go back to 2018, it was $595 million. Within 2 years, it went to nearly $1.1 billion in revenue. Then in 2021, it skyrocketed double to $1.5 billion. But this is the concern so far. It's only gone up to $1.6 billion in 2022. And that's where the worry is the growth completely gone from Palantir. That is what the biggest worry is. I'm telling you now, they're just on the building phase. Now, if you go back to 2018, well, let's look at the net income. It was minus $580 million. Pretty similar next 2019. Then you go to 2020, it skyrocketed to $1.1 billion, and then it pretty much halved again and back to $5.6 billion in 2021. And going into this financial year, it's going under 500 at about 498, but I expect that to drop to maybe 450 by the end of the financial year. But they really do need to drop that quickly, and I think you'll see next year it'll probably drop to about 250 million, and then the next year about 100 million, and then I wouldn't be surprised by the end of that financial financial year, they'll be at profitability. Now let's look at cash. In 2018, they had 1.1 billion, and right here today, they're around 2.5 billion. That is outstanding, and that's very good if you're a shareholder in Palantir or looking to be a shareholder. Let's look at current assets as well. In 2018, it was 1.2 billion. Right now, it's cracking on 3 billion current assets. And when you compare that to total liabilities of only 669 million, they are absolutely carving up there with what they got. And long-term liabilities of 954, well, they can easily pay that off straight away if they wanted to. Now, this is where Palantir is absolutely not nailing it, and that's why the people are running away from this company, is the increase in the share. You go back to 2019, they had about 557 billion shares outstanding. In 2020, close to a million. Then whoops, in 2021, they skyrocketed to nearly double at 1.9 billion shares outstanding, increasing. So you, the investor, are getting diluted big time. So your stock is worth half of what it was basically within a year. So this is where Palantir is struggling. But positively though, if they do it again with the share, this is the problem, the shares are very low, not going anywhere. They should try to buy back some now. Absolutely. This is the opportunity to go boom. They need to decrease it. They have to they've got quite a bit of money there. Just go boom, buy a whole lot of shares back. That instantly, Palantir would probably double in price just by doing that. They need a big increase, and to me, need to go back to 1 billion. Will they do it? I don't know. Probably not. This is the danger that obviously why people are running away from Palantir now. But I'm sure this is going to change. And obviously another thing that's scaring people away is that all the big people are selling out of this company. What's that saying? They don't think the company's going to do any good? I don't know. That's the biggest question for people wanting to invest into Palantir. Do you trust the management team? And the good thing with Palantir, they have still got one of their co-founders and Alex Karp still in the company. So that's always very good for business. They have very good legal aid with Ryan Taylor, who's been there for over 11 years, pretty much half of the identity of this company. So what should you do here with Palantir at the moment, folks? Is it a buy? Do you wait for it to drop even more? Yeah, I think you could probably wait for it to drop more if you think it's going to. And maybe $5 is the time to push the boat. It could go even lower. But I don't think it matters. Whatever you buy, this stock on an absolute low level, well, no doubt about it, will go back to $25. No doubt about it. 25, absolute easy. I mean, people say it's going to go to zero. It won't go to zero. 25, absolutely. You could buy this at 25. I mean, if you buy it at 5 to 10, you easily double your money easily. But I see this company going to 100, and on my real bullish case, I can see it going to 250. Obviously, they'll need to keep scaling to do that. That is going to be the question for Palantir. But could the metaverse be part of that solution? They need data analysis in metaverse, and is that where Palantir gets its money from in the future as well? It's just something you just need to look at and look when you're doing your research. Well, that's enough for me around Palantir technology. I hope you got a bit out of it, and you learned a little bit about Palantir and how the business is going at the moment, and where you need to see growth in Palantir, make an investment. Remember, this is not financial advice. All these videos are for educational and entertainment purposes only. Thank you very much for joining me today. Remember to subscribe to the channel and smash the like button because you are all amazing. And until the next video, take care out there.